Alright, what did I learn this week? So, I was down the beach on the weekend and ended up going for a swim in the ocean. And I used to not really like swimming in the ocean just because I didn't really like the cold, and it was a bit of a shock when you jumped in and stuff. But I've recently researched about cold showers and cold exposure and all that, and there's health benefits of that. And it just it's good. You just sort of jump in the ocean, and it was in the morning and it kind of wakes you up and you feel really good after. But at the time it's short-term discomfort, and I started doing a lot more things that have short-term discomfort that have long-term benefits. And so it sort of got me thinking about how there are a lot of those kind of things which you do have to put yourself in short-term discomfort to get long-term comfort, basically. Because if you're always going for the short-term thing, whether it's spending money to go out to dinner instead of saving it, or not doing exercise because it's hard and just sitting at home on the couch instead, all those things are short-term decisions. And short-term they're more comfortable, but long-term it's not good for you. It's not beneficial. So I've really found that the more short-term discomfort you can put yourself in, the more long-term comfort you're going to have and the more benefits you're going to have long-term. And so that's why I've sort of started trying to actually seek out uncomfortable things. So whether it's jumping in the ocean, whether it's walking around filming myself, whatever it is, exercise, just trying to do things that are uncomfortable so that long-term, because there's long-term benefits, so that's really the main thing. If you put yourself in more short-term discomfort, long-term you're going to be better off. So that was one thing. And the second thing was I would get really easily overwhelmed with basically anything. If I look at tasks at the big picture level, I find it so easy to just get overwhelmed and just procrastinate. I've sort of said before, last year I found procrastination was a big thing holding me back, and kind of the reason why I procrastinate a lot is because I just get a lot overwhelmed by things that are going on. So for example, I've got a few side projects away from work that I'm trying to work on, and when I look at them at the big picture level, I find it so hard to break it down into tasks and what needs to be done. So what ends up happening is I just get overwhelmed and just procrastinate and do nothing. So actually being able to break down things has been key for me, and I've really noticed that lately. I've actually started to, so rather than just say I've got this whole thing I've got to do, this big project, rather than just doing that, actually breaking it down to steps. So for example, if you're starting a business or something, there's a million things you can do throughout the day, a million tasks you could work on. But there's a good book called The One Thing by Gary Keller. He basically says find that one thing that's going to move you forward. What's the one thing you can focus on that's actually going to move the project forward and help you get results? Because if you try and focus on everything, you just get nothing done. So I've really tried to implement that, and I've said alright, for example, starting a business, there's a million things you could consider, what product you're going to sell, who you're going to sell it to, how you're going to market it, how you're going to get it made, how you're going to do all the accounting, how you're going to do the back end, the fulfillment, whatever. There's a million different things you could set your sights on, but the reality is if you try and do everything at once, well, for me personally, I just get overwhelmed. So what I've started doing is just, what's that one thing that I could do that's going to move things forward? And then you do that and complete it, and then you just move on to the next thing. So sounds simple, and it is, but reality is that's something I've struggled with and have found it hard to overcome. So, and since I've started just trying to focus on one thing, it's helped me move forward in these projects and actually get things done. So yeah, just something I've been trying to keep in mind. So, but yeah, that's about it for this week. So, hope that helps. Hope you have a good week. I'll talk to you soon.